Time. All right. Okay. Got the agenda. Everybody looked at it.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove. Same sign. Motion carried. Okay. In minutes of May 11th, 2020 board meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, now set a date for public hearing for Wapello County Emergency Relief Food Program.
You know, for years, the supervisors have sponsored a food program where there's a delivery once a month to up to 300 people in Wapello County that meet certain guidelines. We've had to do that a variety of ways, and the last time we were doing it was with the food bank. Well, then the pandemic hit and a grant became available to where we thought that some of the seniors would be getting out less. So maybe they would be able to use 2 deliveries a month. So we signed an agreement with the food bank to make those deliveries twice a month for us up to, I believe, June the 1st. And we got a grant to pay for that second delivery. We held a public hearing on whether the public wanted us to do that grant or not. No one objected. But part of this grant program here is you have to hold a second hearing about the time that the program is to end to see if the public has any comments about something that could be done different if you do it again. We've already paid the food bank. They charge us monthly usually. And now this is to get the money back for us. So we'll be reimbursed. So this is the second public hearing. And when's that date? Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And this was handled, the grant applications that was handled by Area 15.
Is that gonna be at 9:30?
Yes.
How much is the grant, Jerry?
20,000.
When you say delivery, is that, how many roughly meals does that equate to?
Well, it's a box of food, canned goods. It's everything. When we first started this several years ago, they were saying that the box at that time was worth $55. It includes everything from cookies to cereal, canned goods, frozen products. We supervisors used to, with our own vehicles, we would deliver it once a month. But then the food bank wanted to start delivering more perishable items, frozen items, ones that weren't frozen but should be cold. And by the time we would get done with our route, we'd start in the morning, it would be in the afternoon. So they want to use a refrigerated vehicle to make the deliveries. So,
Which was always fun if they had ice cream.
Yeah.
and it seemed like when they had the ice cream, it was July.
Well,
So they've
what is
been
it,
very helpful.
300 boxes a month, 250.
Right, we have a limit of 300, and it varies from 250 to 300 applicants as people move away, pass away, new people qualify. But we've done this for
20 years.
almost 20 years. I've been here that long, so it started by the federal government had a food program to counties that qualified. Polk County qualified. They qualified for more food boxes than they had people that wanted them. So they took 5 other counties and they offered it to those counties. Do you want this? It'll cost you $5 per box. And this is about $55 for the food then. So we started in on it. Then the federal government had a budget reduction, and the order was to cut, I think, 12% across the board. They didn't look at defense and social service and being different. And the food program, even though the food was sitting in warehouses in Washington, D.C., they still could, they had to reduce the amount they were sending out by 12%. And we wrote letters to Congress, to Washington, D.C., everybody. And we had, I still have the letter. There were 18 senators. One of them was Hillary Clinton, supported us to say, hey, let's don't cut back on the food. But they didn't change it. The food was there, available, but they couldn't send it out because the president had ordered a 12% cut across the board.
Do you guys ever find that you have too much, or do you kind of match it to the needs that are in the
Well, doing it with the food bank's really helpful, because if they don't use it this month, they can use it next month. Where when we were doing it, that was more difficult. And we've done it through, was a senior citizen center that they boxed it up, and we've done it through Salvation Army. We've done it privately, but this has worked out the best because as they are able to get cheaper food at different times, they're able to put more in the box. So the box is not always the same. It varies in size, varies in content, but it's all usable.
When you see like Hy-Vee giving away hams or pork loins or stuff like that, that's, you know, another one that goes into that box.
Did you mention seniors? Does this go exclusively to seniors?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Do you call someone 60 a senior? I don't know.
Okay.
Do we have a motion?
Much for that.
Motion to set May 25th at 9:30 a.m. as the second public hearing on the food distribution program.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Okay, integrated roadside vegetation management plan. I think there's something we do every year, isn't it?
No,
Is this a new?
this will be the first time.
Oh, really?
First time ever. Several years ago, we got seeds through a program, if I remember right, but we never had a roadside management program.
Okay.
You want to give an overview, Rick?
Yeah, that's what the reason why I'm here. Basically, this is an agreement between Secondary Road Conservation Board and with supervisors. It's kind of a plan showing how you're going to run your integrated roadside vegetative management program. By having this document, the state wants to see it and then makes it eligible for other grants, whether it's free seed, whether it's on equipment, whether it's on maybe a part-time assistant. But by having this plan in place with the state, they're open up to grants they apply through this program, through road tax and different things. And that's why they want to see this plan to show that you're working in your county on this position and doing integrated roadside vegetative management, and then they allow us to apply for grants.
I noticed in here in a couple places, it mentions a full-time roadside manager. The one we have is going to be, what, half-time?
Right now, she's working some with education with kids and then working on grants and then working with roadside management. So she's not dedicated 100% of her time towards that, but that's just looking towards the future and working towards it as the need arises. It's kind of that document, looking at down the road. Doesn't have a timeline when that will occur, but it's just the fact that the state sees you're somewhat invested in this idea of management.
In that position, even as part-time, we just added that here,
Right.
right,
Started
3 months
January-
ago. or
started
6
January
months.
4th. And then, you know, it's a good thing because it's a collaboration between Conservation Board and Secondary Roads, two departments working together with helping supervisors to push something that the state's asked all the counties to do. And a lot of counties do have it, I think 40 some, but looking down the road to push the counties also do that because it identifies noxious weed laws, like it's noxious weed to show up in the road ditch, and so who's going to take care of them, or at least try to not have them be there because from the road ditch they spread to the private landowner. Or looking at erosion or if there's maintenance, like some contractor wants to come in and do some road ditches, so it's all kind of that whole aspect with the state and stuff, so.
Also, I noticed that under mowing, it said shoulder mowing is completed on all roads once per year and paved roads twice per year. That may be what they end up doing, but our goal has always been a minimum of 2 mowings, early and late. And we do hire extra mowing people to just mow. And one thing that might help more this year is we've directed the engineer to pull the blades off by July 1st. We've got the roads packed down and the dust is somewhat controlled. Let's don't go stir it up. And those people in years past would have a mower. So we'll probably have more people mowing and we'll get more than the 1 mowing, which 1 just doesn't do it.
Jerry.
Jump on it too, on top of you guys, so, yeah, we're communicating with him on what he wants to do.
Yes, this here just dictates the minimum amount in this agreement here. We can always go above and beyond. But for this agreement with the state, so that the state knows this is our minimum.
Okay. In case you didn't hear him, he said that was the minimum.
Move to approve the management plan.
Second.
In favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, good. Yes. Okay, personnel request payroll approval for Deborah Barnes, Clerk 1, Gothic House,
And this is part-time.
part-time.
Motion to approve.
Sorry.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, pass. Any other business?
You might have,
Treasurer's investment report.
Oh, it's down at the bottom. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Sorry.
I missed it. Okay. Treasurer's
Motion
investment
approved.
report. All right. Second. Motion. All in favor, aye.
aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried.
You might have noticed there was an article, the city council had a special meeting on a grant program, several $100,000 to put trails in some of the areas of town to meet up with trails they've already got. And they get extra credit if they can get private money outside the grant to get it to where it's 80-20. Well, they called over and they thought it would be very helpful if they could actually get to 75%. So the county contributed, or will contribute, we've committed $25,530. And your next question is, why is it such a number like that? Because that's what it took to get to exactly 75%, which should get this approved, going to 75%.
Anybody else? Questions?
Did you guys figure out the elevator situation? Or when this-
Next question.
Let's say this, we're getting close.
No, they sent me like the final plans, but I emailed them just to see if they knew a date yet, and they don't.
Okay.
They're looking, they said maybe June.
All right.
Which is
That's all I
2
know.
weeks away.
Yeah,
So,
a couple
yeah.
weeks, yeah.
When I know, I'll let you guys know.
I'm sure they'll be ready to go in.
Mhm.
So when did the state start asking the counties to put in,
They have since the 80s.
really?
The integrated road segment program started, I think, back like in 86, 88. And some counties jumped on it, some counties have taken it, it just depends on funds available and what goes and stuff.
Yeah.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Opposed,
Aye.
same sign. We're adjourned.